The moment lasted only seconds, but it immediately became one of the most replayed political clips online. While touring a Ford F-150 plant in Detroit, President Donald Trump appeared to react directly to a worker who shouted a provocative accusation from the factory floor. Cameras were already rolling, and what happened next quickly shifted attention away from the event itself and toward a viral debate that spread across YouTube, X, and TikTok within hours. According to widely shared footage and multiple reports, the president was walking through the plant ahead of a speech connected to the Detroit Economic Club when a worker loudly yelled in his direction. While the audio is partially unclear, several outlets reported that the phrase included the words "pedophile protector." The remark appeared to reference Trump's past association with Jeffrey Epstein and ongoing public discussion surrounding the delayed release of the Epstein files by the Department of Justice. Almost immediately after the shout, the president turned toward the source of the comment and appeared to respond with strong language, including an expletive, before making a brief hand gesture. The exchange was quick, unscripted, and over in moments. But the impact was anything but brief. Short clips of the interaction began circulating online almost instantly, often isolated from the rest of the visit. In many uploads, the focus was solely on the shout, the response, and the gesture, without additional context about what led up to it or what followed. Within hours, the footage was being framed in dramatically different ways depending on who was sharing it and why. Shortly after the clip gained traction, the White House addressed the incident. Communications Director Cheung issued a statement describing the worker as someone who was wildly screaming expletives in a fit of rage. The statement said the president's reaction was appropriate and unambiguous, framing the moment as a response to provocation rather than a spontaneous outburst. The comment shouted by the worker appeared to point directly at long-running controversies involving Epstein, a disgraced financier whose connections to powerful figures have been the subject of years of reporting and speculation. Trump's name has appeared in publicly available Epstein-related documents, though no criminal charges have been brought against him in connection to Epstein. Still, frustration over the pace and transparency of the Epstein files release has remained a recurring topic in online political discourse, and the factory floor shout seemed to tap directly into that tension. What's notable is how quickly this brief confrontation overshadowed the purpose of the visit. The Ford plant tour was intended to highlight American manufacturing, jobs, and economic messaging tied to the auto industry. These events are usually tightly controlled, designed to project stability and focus. But factory floors also leave little separation between public figures, critics, and cameras, making unscripted moments almost inevitable. For some viewers, the clip reinforced the image of a president who responds bluntly when confronted. For others, it raised questions about tone, decorum, and how public officials handle direct criticism in real time. Because neither the worker nor the president expanded publicly on the exchange afterward, the story has largely been shaped by short video loops, captions, and reactions rather than detailed explanations. This is where the modern media environment plays a critical role. A single unscripted moment can now eclipse an entire event, regardless of its original intent. Carefully planned speeches and policy messaging often struggle to compete with a few seconds of raw, emotionally charged footage, especially when it involves a confrontation and a topic as loaded as the Epstein files. The viral spread of the clip also shows how quickly political narratives can shift. What began as an economic tour became, for many viewers, a flashpoint about accountability, transparency, and unresolved questions surrounding one of the most controversial scandals of the past decade. As the footage continues to circulate, it stands as another example of how powerfully a single moment can redefine the conversation. In an era where cameras never stop rolling and clips travel faster than context, even a few shouted words on a factory floor can end up dominating headlines and shaping what millions remember most about the day.